Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by hills and forests, there lived a cheerful girl named Tia. She had big sparkling eyes and a smile that could light up the darkest night. But more than anything, Tia had a very kind heart. She lived in a cozy little cottage with her best friend Tofu, a smart and playful white puppy who followed her everywhere she went. One sunny morning, Tia woke up with a bright idea. She jumped out of bed, hugged Tofu tightly, and said, "Tofu, let's grow a garden filled with love, care, and kindness." Tofu barked in excitement, wagging his tail happily. He didn't understand everything, but he knew when Tia had a plan, it was always something special. So Tia and Tofu grabbed a basket and went around the village asking people if they had extra seeds. They visited old Mr. Harold, who gave them sunflower seeds. Then they met Granny Lila, who shared her favorite carrot and tomato seeds. Even little Ben from across the road gave them a packet of flower seeds he had saved from school. "Thank you, everyone," said Tia with a big smile. "We're going to grow the garden of kindness." With their basket full, Tia and Tofu returned home. Behind their cottage was a small empty patch of land. It was dry and filled with weeds, but Tia didn't mind. "We'll make this place beautiful, Tofu. One seed at a time." Day by day, Tia worked hard. She cleaned the soil, pulled out the weeds, and planted each seed with care. Tofu helped too, digging small holes, carrying the watering can with his little teeth, and sometimes just wagging his tail to cheer her on. As the days turned into weeks, little green shoots began to pop out of the soil. Tia danced with joy, and Tofu barked in celebration. But something even more wonderful began to happen. One morning, as Tia watered the tiny plants, a neighbor walked by. It was Mrs. Linda, who always looked serious and rarely spoke to anyone. She stopped and asked, "What are you doing, Tia?" Tia looked up with a smile. "We're growing a garden. Would you like to help?" Mrs. Linda blinked. No one had ever invited her to do something like this before. Slowly, she nodded and said, "I can bring some compost from my backyard." The next day, she returned with a small bag of compost and stayed to help mix it into the soil. Soon, more villagers started joining. Mr. Harold brought a scarecrow he had made from old clothes. Granny Lila taught everyone how to make natural plant food using kitchen waste. Even shy little Ben came every day after school to water the flowers. The garden was no longer just Tia's project. It became the heart of the village, a place where everyone came together, laughed, shared stories, and worked side by side. They named it the Garden of Kindness. But one evening, dark clouds rolled in, and a strong storm arrived. The heavy winds and rain battered the tiny plants, and in the morning, the garden looked damaged. Leaves were torn, stems were bent, and flowers had fallen.